the sky, the sun won't ask for what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, the sun won't ask a world if it can rise. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, the sun won't ask, the sun won't ask. The sun won't ask, 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 the sun won't ask the world if it can rise.
Brilliant.
Stream. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't activate my microphone first. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody in chat. We are blessed today because we've got a lot of our long-term friends of the show in Discord with us and also in the stream. Hello, FPL on Periscope. Hey, how you doing, man? Hello to Niraj. Hello to One Rovers Vlogs. Charlie, how you doing? Uncle Juicy TV. Ari Hiroki. Show me the money's there. Niraj is in chat. Linguistic Llama's also in Discord with us. Also, Shano83. Got Nick. Got Samir Jeet Singh. We got Nathan Price there too. Brew. Chris Jago. In chat, James R. A lot of you guys here. A lot of you awesome regulars. Sultan Saeed, Frode, Reese, Samith, Steve-O. We're here. Your camera seems to be the right size, which I don't know what happened, but it seems to be working. And most importantly, we have got a guest on. We've got multiple guests on Discord, but we've got a guest, a very, very, very awesome guest in James Bang. James, how are you doing today? Oh, hang on. James, Brilliant. How you doing today, buddy? Sorry, I didn't realise that I literally hadn't unmuted myself in Discord. How you doing, buddy? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just going to just quickly turn the music down slightly. But yeah, we've set up Discord to have video callers on, and just as I said, that is deactivated his video. We've got Dre's Error. Dre's Error, how you doing, buddy? Yes.
Yep. Supposed to stand up, Dre. Dre, stand up.
Why did I just ask you to do the tweet for us? Like, you would have made such a better job at trying to get people entered into this competition. And today, guys, you will have a chance. If you retweeted our tweet and you liked it and you're here now, you will have a chance to win at least one of these t-shirts. We're going to give away at least one t-shirt, some mugs, and some key rings as well. So yes, we are here to talk to the community, to you guys about double game week 30. Are you going to be using a free hit? Are you going to be using a bench boost? Or are you too smart to do that and you're just going to take advantage of the unlimited transfers only? It'd be interesting to see how different people's trains of thought go on this. Hello, Simon J on Twitch. How you doing, buddy? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really awesome. And also, I'm really looking forward to sharing my team with you guys, especially Steve-O, see what Steve-O's reaction is on some of my team player selections. And I'm sure he's going to be like, you copied me. Even though everyone and their dog's bringing in the same sort of players. But James is here. James, your video's on. You're looking good. You're looking dapper, mate. Literally, I've been watching Narcos lately, right? And mate, it's something out of Narc. Like this lavish room you've got there. Tell us about this mini league that you're basically opening up to all of the Elite FPL community.
Jace, this Discord's muted. No one can hear anybody.
Wait.
No one can hear anything.
Oh no! Oh, 1 second. Let me just sort that out. 2 seconds.
Oh, what a great start! What a fantastic start.
Go on, Steve. Say something.
Well, I'll say something. Let's all do the old Steve-O. Cheers to everybody. I've got a bottle of Smirnoff. I just feel like having a few. Well, I'll just do this basically. Tonight's stream right now is not going to be anything like last night. If you're a virtual FPL fan, you'll understand that. If you've seen over the tweets that I sent out earlier on, I suggest you go at Elite FPL to understand that. But cheers, everybody. Welcome back. Let's all enjoy this evening. It's going to go on for at least 2 hours. And just to let everybody know, if you are a virtual FPL fan, once this stream ends, I am going to be doing a solo stream reacting to all the games on virtual FPL. So we will be covering virtual FPL.
Right.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward.
1 second, Steve-O, sorry. James, can you say something?
Yep. Can you hear me, Jason?
I can hear you, and I think the stream can hear you now. So Perfect. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's because I've never had you guys on Discord for me to prepare and plan all this. That's the reason why. But anyway, Steve-O's happy now because the stream can hear you, James. The perfect time to ask you, what is it? What is this mini league that you are creating for the Elite FPL community?
Well, you know, as exciting as it is to have FPL back, a lot of people don't have much to play for, right? So whether you're in the Cash Mini League and you don't have a chance of finishing top 4, well, you're out of Llama's Elite Champions League. You know, I decided, wouldn't it be great if there was something everyone could play for in these 8 weeks? So, just to give back to our amazing Elite FPL community, I've set up a 8-week mini league that starts scoring from Gameweek 30 for members of our community to join for free, and there'll be £100 in prizes to be won.
Is that just to
like
clarify?
The Elite Champions League.
Is that £100 to the winner overall for that? So essentially, first place.
That's what we haven't decided yet, whether it's 100 first place or top 2 or top 3, but it'll be within 1 or top 3. If you know what I mean.
Right, brilliant. That's amazing. That's
absolute legend. And this came out of nowhere. We had no idea, me and Steve-O, that this was going to happen, and just blown away by James's generosity, really, to kind of make something for you guys to kind of aim for, to play for now. So James, we kind of talked about it before the stream started. We were thinking about possibly doing it through Discord, and basically having a channel that people can apply to join the league, and then a moderator would get in touch with them with the code. Is that right?
That's perfect. Yeah. So that way, there's greater chance of someone who's really active and involved with the community winning the prize, which is what we'd love to see happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve-O, you're kind of cool with that idea of just having it, so people coming into Discord and then kind of going through a channel and speak, and the moderator then gives the code.
Yeah, absolutely.
Approved Discord members. So yeah, so in a nutshell, guys, the league will be open to Discord members. So you're not a member of Discord, then you probably want to get into Discord now and kind of get your approved role, which generally gets given to you after a few days of activity in the channel.
Yeah, Jason, do you want to welcome the guests, the other guests that are on Discord right now? Yes,
absolutely. Yeah. Now I'm hoping this works because I've been setting it all up. So just give me a second. Might just have to add.
Hello.
There we go. It's this one here. Hello.
Good afternoon, happy people. How are we?
So we've got Daily Llama, we've got Davey P, we've got Dre's Error, and we've got James Bang, all on the call at the moment. As you can see, Discord now allows video, which is going to kind of throw us into the 21st century when it comes to having call-ins on the show, because guests can decide whether or not they want to be on video calls with us, which is going to be awesome. But you're doing all right, yeah, guys? Davey?
Yeah. Really good.
And how you been, Llama? I know you've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately.
Yeah, this virtual stuff, I just ain't into that, I'm afraid. However, FPL's back.
I feel you there.
I'm a happier Llama now. And James Bang, I said it before the stream went live, I'm just chuffed to bits that the boys come back with his happy smiley face, because I missed it for 3 months. So good to see James. And what a great way to come back to the community. Well, we mini league to end the season.
I know.
And the season's done.
For me and Steve-O as well, for a lot of people that may be watching, we haven't got anything to play for. Like James Bang said, oh my God, Steve-O, that's so loud. Mute your microphone when you do that, yeah? Jeez. Finished?
Keep talking, come on!
Dude, that was really loud. I couldn't talk over that. So basically, I'm trying to think of what I was going to say now. I was going to say, yeah, for people who haven't got anything to play for, it's great to kind of enter this and have a chance of winning a cash prize at the end of it. It's 8 game weeks, so it's not a lot of time. So if you start off really well, then you are at a big advantage.
I think you should just be winner takes all, James. That's just my opinion on it. Just winner takes all.
All right.
Winner takes all. Yeah, that is better. Yeah, I think for 8 game weeks, if you win after 8 game weeks, you should take it all. Yeah, definitely. Drazera, what's your thoughts on this? You're looking like you're just still waking up, mate. You get a coffee down you.
I've got this marvellous cup of tea. I'm not sponsored, but PG Tips does the trick. And yeah, this 8-week cash league designed by James Bang is not only very it's very open, very awesome that James Bang is from his bottom of his heart is doing it. But of course, it's very important also that for the community. So not just any random person can enter. It's just for us, the FPL community, of course. And I think it's very awesome. Winner takes all. I like linguistic llama's idea.
Yeah, and Llama saying he's been away from FPL. Have you missed FPL, Stevie?
Do you know, I think to start with, yeah. But see, after a few weeks, it was kind of like, oh, well, that's what it is, Started playing back into the PS4 Call of Duty, and that was me. But what was really good about it was a lot of the guys in Discord also got involved. So I wasn't just gaming with the guys that I've gamed with all my life. I was gaming with people that I'd only just met after joining Elite and joining the Elite's Discord about, a year and a half ago or whenever it was that we set it up.
I think it was 8 months ago, dude.
Yeah, well, seems longer than that. But then when you're hanging about when you're hanging about with Davey P, it seems like a lifetime. Really, really good, mate. And I'm glad that FPL's back, because if we're being fair, I think a lot of us will have missed it.
Yeah, definitely. I think and EA coming out as well saying that they're going to be adding crowd noises during the live games. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Anyone in particular want to pipe up about that?
Absolute rubbish. It is. Why create a fake
false atmosphere?
It is a false narrative. I mean, if anyone is listening that has control of this, I think you should stop pretending that we have no crowds. Just let us hear the players. I mean, we might hear them swear more than Steve-O with the swear jar, but it's fine. It's fine.
Has anyone heard it already? They've tried it in the Sevilla game yesterday or the day before.
And have you seen it?
I haven't. I was just wondering if anyone
No,
has.
I haven't. I can imagine it'd be like playing FIFA, because it's going to be the same crowd noise as FIFA, apparently, because it's EA doing it. Hello, Hatem Katana. How you doing, man?
It's going to be a bit bizarre. I was kind of looking forward to, like when I went back to like my coaching days in football. It would have been good from like a coaching perspective to hear what the players are actually communicating to each other. But that'll now be drowned out with like.
Yeah, I've seen obviously in the Bundesliga when they're playing with no crowd. It's good to hear the shout outs from the players, and like it gives. Even though there's no crowd there, it kind of you're involved in the atmosphere of the game, aren't you?
I thought I heard at one point they were going to be doing like cardboard cutouts of people in the stands and stuff. I was thinking, what the hang's this coming to?
What a waste.
1 or 2 clubs are doing that already in the lower league football.
Oh, okay.
Did you know what happened in the Korean league?
Oh my god.
You did.
God.
What happened in the Korean league?
I don't know if we can say that on air.
They used mannequins to impersonate people to make them look lifelike. They ended up using adult toys mannequins by mistake, if you know what I mean.
All right.
Nice save, James. Nice save.
Oh, excellent. We'll be taking questions as well in a moment.
A lot of the people or the fans were recognised as famous adult stars.
that puts a whole new perspective on it.
So we will be going through our teams at some point today. Obviously, there's not really like a category list of things that we're going to go run through in order. We have obviously got the competition open at the moment for people that have got entries in for the merchandise, which we mentioned earlier on. Now, I know a few people will want to talk about their teams. They wanted to talk about what strategies they're going to imply, and we've got a few questions in the chat, which we'll get to in a moment. Bench boost or free hit? I'm going to go through you guys all at the moment. What do you think is the best strategy in your eyes? Drezera?
I mean, I would lean to bench boost, but the thing is that I think Davey P would agree that it's very, very hard to just suddenly use the chip with not too much data, because friendlies don't really explain many things. But I would just about lean to bench boost and free hit later on.
Yep. James?
I'd probably not use any if I didn't have to.
Really?
I'd save them for a later week.
I don't know if there's going to be another double game week though.
I think if the coronavirus, if something happens, there could be another. So a team, one team might get affected.
Let's be honest. If the Premier League got suspended again, it wouldn't be coming back. Like.
Oh no, not the whole league. I'm just thinking maybe like isolated
teams,
cases and
like
with
teams,
1 or 2 teams.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it would need quite a lot of players to be affected before they went down that route. I think a lot of teams have got quite strong squads, so I think that would be quite drastic to postpone fixtures. But yeah, okay, I take that. So you're thinking none. You're thinking none if you can help it.
Yeah.
Okay, Davey, you got all your chips, by the way.
Yeah, I do. I've got all 3.
Has he?
Yeah, apparently.
So yeah, apparently. I don't know what I'm doing with them. I'm just kind of like juggling them all season. I'm in the no chip camp. Don't play a chip.
Really? You're not going to play a chip? When are you going to use all your chips? You can't use all your chips on the last game week. You know that, Davey. You know that.
No, I just think you get people comparing this to like the first game of pre-season, but I don't think you can, because this situation is unprecedented. Like, we don't really have any kind of data from pre-season friendlies, minutes played to kind of go by. So I think if you're playing a chip, you're playing it blind. You're playing it blind with no info, and it's too much of a risk because we don't know who will start. We don't know how teams will cope with the way the games we played. Goes back,
two people saying no chips then.
Yeah, no chips.
Interesting. James and Davey saying no chips. Steve-O?
I'm personally going with triple captain. I think it's the best opportunity for to benefit on double game week myself. I don't need to free hit. I'm taking advantage of the fact that we've got this unlimited transfers. Funnily enough, I watched friend of the show Block FPL's video he did a minute ago, and I looked at his bench and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do the same. And I've just got a load of I mean, after last night's disaster on virtual FPL, I shouldn't be doing this, but I've just got a load of bench fodder which we literally will not be playing. The rest of my team that I've got are all guaranteed starters. I think that personally, that going what Davey P is saying that about we don't know who's going to be starting. I think we do. I think we have a generalisation of the talisman of each team that will be starting. The goalkeepers as an example, the main strikers for each team, the main midfielders. I've seen so many videos now, and every single team virtually looks the same. My team is virtually template. Apart from, I haven't seen anybody using triple captaincy apart from me. I'm the only one that seems to be using it. It's going to be a fail, but I'm happily willing to use it.
This.
There's no point using
I love this because we've got a bench boost, we've got no chip, we've got 2 no chips, a bench boost, a triple captain so far. So there's obviously, that's proof in the pudding that a lot of people have got different ideas of how they see the game week going and how they see their team adapting.
When are you going to use the triple captaincy, like, to take advantage of a game week? I mean, there's not going to be any double game weeks. The likelihood of FA Cup interrupting is virtually 0.1% chance. We've got basically, for people like myself and Dave,
I think the bench boost has got more potential getting more points than the triple captain though in the double game week.
Yeah, but you can only get 4 double game week players if 12 double game week
12
players.
Yeah, so 3 of your bench aren't going to be
2 of them are pointless because it's Aston Villa. They're absolutely useless. So I won't be touching them apart from Grealish, like everybody is.
Okay.
And then
there's nothing wrong with McGinn.
Yeah, I've got McGinn.
Yeah, but that's fine taking punts on these players and stuff. That's fine, but I think there's better value in certain single players. Like I've got Fernandez as an example.
Look forward to Steve-O's epic rant about his triple captain failing.
Well, like I said, I always keep saying this. My triple captaincy is on the same captain like all these big YouTube channels have got, and I've been saying that I'm going to be triple captain Aguero since the start. So
there you go.
So that's a Aguero pick then.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he misses a penalty?
So-
He's going to go mental.
Imagine if Jesus starts ahead of him.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be tuning in for that.
It'd be down
Definitely.
to, like I say, it'd be down to differentials at the end of the day. Like I say, but my team, ironically, isn't full of differentials. It's full of standard template players that everybody owns, give or take. So we'll find out in a minute what various people's teams are.
Yes,
Why don't we just get on with it
absolutely.
now? That's what everybody wants.
I just want to hear what Llama's thinking of. So Llama, chips. Would you use a chip this week or this?
I am using a chip.
Okay.
And the reason that I'm using a chip is because I wildcarded before coronavirus hit that game week. So my team's actually set up pretty much for the rest of the season.
How do you feel that? How do you feel that you wildcarded before this whole thing happened, and then when you come back, you've got unlimited transfers? Do you feel like a bit sick?
It took 2.5 months for my balls to actually get back into some kind of order because I feel like I just got absolutely booted in them. But hey, it is what it is.
I think the game should have been
Llama.
smart enough to give people their wildcards back if they activated it in game week 29.
Yeah, well, hey, it is
But
what
they
it
ain't
is.
gonna do that,
So I'm actually free hitting, and the only reason that I'm free hitting is because I'm going to take. Listen, it's a lottery. Let's be honest. So I'm just going to take the free hit, try and get 8 or 9 decent in my head who are decent double game week players with a few kind of obvious single week game week players because you can't rule them out either. But when my team reverts back to how it was prior to my free hit, it's kind of already set up for the remaining game weeks anyway, so I'm quite happy to just play my free hit this game week. But I'm not going to lie, it was an absolute kick in the stones. But
Don't worry, Llama, same thing happened to me. I used mine in game week 29 as well.
Yeah.
I'm devastated about
I'm
it.
virtual high-fiving you now, James.
The question is, though, is that are we all going to be mainly playing then in for the cash mini league that James has set up? Because I don't care about the Elite Champions League, the Challenge League anymore. I care about this mini league that James has set up with.
I think I'm going to be taking that league. Basically, it's going to be my priority starting. That's why I'm bench boosting. That's what I'm doing. I'm bench boosting this week, and I'm aiming to basically take advantage of that double game week. Even though you say it's Aston Villa players, I still think that Grealish has got potential to score fairly good points. I think McGinn's got an outside chance of getting good minutes and doing something too. And
it's just the defence that you maybe wouldn't go near, I think.
Yeah, but again,
and people with all 3 chips left will have a huge advantage.
Well, I don't know because there's not going to be any double game weeks, and I think there's, the bench boosts for players, when they're going to do it. Are they going to do it like the last game week? Are they going to build? Are they going to use a wild card if they've still got their chip? They're going to wild card into a bench boost, a free hit at the end of the season, game week 38. I've heard Steve talk about it. I've heard a few other people talk about that. I mean, there's so many people at the moment who are using their free hits for this double game week. And by the way, there's a lot of people that have been contacting us via social media and also talking in channel. And I want to say, while we've got quite a few people watching, if your plan is to do a free hit after you've set your team up for game week 31, you're going to be disappointed because it's going to cancel all of those transfers you've made, and it's going to revert back to your game week 29 team.
I'm surprised people actually thought that would work, like almost like a cheat code. But you're totally right, Jason. I've had folk ask me things like that, and you're like, "What planet are you on?"
Well, I think it's Discord the last few days.
I think it's just because we wouldn't normally have this situation where you got unlimited transfers, of course. But I think people that aren't that familiar with the free hit chip might just get confused about it a little bit. But anyway, let's just go through what we're doing with our teams then. So I will quite happily reveal my team on air. We'll quickly just switch it over to grid view. So here's my team on the screen here. So I've gone, at the moment, I'm pretty happy with my team. I don't think I'm going to change it. I might move away from target and go Samata and then go free some more attacking options for Aston Villa instead of having a target. But target's quite attacking, as a fullback. So I've got him in. You might be raising your eyebrows at Nketiah there. I've kind of gone on a massive punt on Nketiah, and generally that's an enabler for me to have the likes of Sterling and Aguero in my team, along with Aubameyang. So my team sets up basically as a triple Sheffield United defence of Henderson, Stevens and Baldock. I've got Leno in goal also for Arsenal. Not a great away fixture to Man City, but I think against Brighton he's got a good chance of getting something there. I've got Target, like I said, he's quite an attacking fullback for Aston Villa. Potential and getting some points out of maybe the home game of Sheffield United, possibly something, you never know against Chelsea. Sterling, De Bruyne in midfield for Man City, who I feel that De Bruyne is a bit of a no-brainer. I think most people are going to be going for him. And I think Sterling's got a good shout at getting decent minutes as well. There will be rotation in Man City. I'm well aware of the risks with Man City, but I feel that Sterling is my favourite candidate to go alongside De Bruyne in midfield. I've got Grealish and McGinn for Aston Villa there. Again, like I said earlier on, I think the potential is there for them to score in at least one of those games. I'm aiming at the Sheffield United home game really, and then anything else is a bonus. I know it counteracts my triple defence with Stevens, Baldock, and Henderson, but I'm just basically trying to hedge my bets with this double game week. I've got Aubameyang, who I think most people will be looking at, who are bench boosting this game week, and possibly maybe even consider bringing him in on a free hit. Nketiah, yeah, like I said, it's a big punt. I'm not even going to try and gloss over that. It's a big punt. He scored a hat-trick, I believe, in one of the friendlies. Obviously can't read into it. But
he was on great form just before the season got suspended as well.
I think Lacazette is not fully fit, I believe. So I'm just hoping that he gets some featured minutes. And then Aguero is my captain. Steve-O mentioning it, he's going to be triple captain Aguero. I think he's a great shout. I think there's still big time risks in terms of minutes and how much minutes Pep's going to kind of manage with Aguero, but I think he is the main man. He's the talisman-ish strike figure. I don't think Jesus is anywhere near the quality of Aguero, and I think Pep knows that. I'm just hoping that he gets decent minutes there. And on my bench, you can see I've got Bolly for Wolves, who hasn't got a double game week fixture, but I think he's a solid option going forward, along with Soyuncu as away at Watford. Again, I think for the price point, it's a good value for money. And then Bruno Fernandes there away at Tottenham. That is my bench boost team. Go ahead and rip it apart.
Well, it's exactly, give or take, what the template is. That is basically my team, first team. That's what I've got. Apart from McGinn, I've got Fleck. It's the only difference. My team's in Discord team screenshots, but it's basically identical to what you've got. So I've got no complaints. It's a very good bench boost. It's as template as you're going to get. I've personally got no issue with it. I don't know if any of the other guys here have. I don't know why you would have issues with it. Yeah, bench boost is your only chip, isn't it, Jace?
It is.
Yeah, I think you've made perfectly valid arguments for the players that you've gone with, and yeah, I mean, like I said, it'd be criticising my own team because my team's, give or take, exactly the same as yours. So
I think the only one, and I think you already mentioned it anyway, Jason, would be Target for me. Is possibly worth a look, but were you having triple? Were you having the triple? I mean, you're not going to put an Arsenal defender in there, are you? You're already tripled up on Arsenal and City.
The only thing I was thinking of doing other than this was to take the funds away from Sterling and bring in Edison, and then have maybe Samatta instead of Target.
So the only thing that I would ask, right, and this is me just open and honest as always. Have you looked at their the players in your team? Have you looked at the fixtures for the rest of the season? Because some of the fixtures are not great for your Sheffield Uniteds, your Aston Villas.
Do you know? It's funny. It's funny. You say
so
that,
you hitting your way out of it, or how you?
I'm not gonna. I might need to take like the odd -4, but I don't think I need to go -16 territory. I think that's the idea, having like Bruno Fernandes, Soyuncu, Broly. They'll negate some of those players. Obviously, you've got this free City there. Still got Aubameyang, who can score against anyone, and Grealish. To be fair, I'm happy to keep hold of these players over the coming game weeks. Maybe get rid of McGinn, Target, one of the Sheffield United defenders, going forward. But to be honest, I don't think I need to make like drastic -16 changes going out.
What about you, Steve? If you're, I can't remember off the top of my head how many chips you've got left, mate.
I'm pretty much like you and Davey P. I'm just wildcarding straight out of this team. I was thinking.
Oh, so you've got the wildcard to wildcard yourself away from it. So you're at an advantage.
Essentially, so someone made a comment the other day about why would you why would you wildcard back into the team that you've already got, like now, prior to the unlimited transfers? And it's because I want to utilise that triple captaincy. I can't use 2 chips, so I'd rather use the triple captaincy. I've got plenty of money to bring back Salah and Mane, and I'm happy to go with the team that I've got originally and put it back into.
I think if you've got the wild card, you've definitely got a massive advantage in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think people forget that there's lots of people that don't actually have a wild card. Like immediately when Jason's reading off that team, I'm just thinking, oh my god, but he's got a wild card after that. He can easily. No, he hasn't. So Jason has to, like you just said, certain players, they're useless after this double game week. So moving forward with them, I mean, I really do think that personally, I'd rather be looking at other players other than Aston Villa ones, like getting rid of Target and McGinn. McGinn's a really good. He's what, 5.6, something like that.
It's cheap and cheerful, mate. Yeah, it's not much.
And he's got Chelsea and Sheffield United. I think it's certainly worth the punt for definite.
5.4.
5.4 there. I mean, he could be even a chance that I could bring him in for Fleck and then take out Leno for, I don't know, Henderson as a simple example. But I'm sticking with what the information I've received from Tomo from Planet FPL, and I'm just going to go with, you know what, Fleck. He says he's attacking. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to stick with that. I'm happy with it. They've got 2 excellent fixtures. I think we're in a time now where this pandemic is, I keep saying it, I really, really do think that results are going to be all over the place, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't believe it's this Wednesday, and we're going to be live during the games. Can't wait.
A few people, I've
went a cheeky wee McBurney up top.
You're not worried about McGinn's fitness after his long injury layoff?
Again, I will be paying close attention to press conferences.
Yeah.
This is pretty much what I've kind of worked out in my head of what I'm going to do. But obviously this is just going on the information that that's led up to this. There's still yet to be press conferences. Still going to be updates on players' fitnesses that we possibly may have a glimpse into, and there might end up being last changes. Like we mentioned, Target being a target for removing, and also like Nketiah being a big risk. But I feel that the price point, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm not worried too much. I could free up money in Sterling. I could bring in Edison, and I can mix things around slightly. But it's not going to be a million miles away from this. If it's not this, it's not going to be a million miles away from this team that you see here, to be fair.
So realistically, Jason, how many points are you hoping to get this game week?
I'm hoping to get a minimum of, I know this is going to sound crazy, a minimum of 80 points.
So if you get less than 80 points, then it's a fail for you.
And not only is it a fail for me, but I've also set myself up for a really bad run-in. Because the whole point of this, if it fails, then it's one of 2 things: that any hits that I need to take in the subsequent game weeks aren't softened by a nice point lead that I've started off with due to the bench boost. If it fails straight off the bat, then I'm in big trouble, because then I've got no buffer in terms of there's no benefit from what I've done, essentially. So I'm basically putting all my eggs in one basket with bench boost, 100%. And I know that.
Depends what you're thinking of the results will be. I've just seen someone commenting about Jesus will definitely start versus Burnley. Yeah, there's a very good chance, and that's why I'm thinking of maybe going with a 3-4-3. But because Sterling's the one that may concern me. But I agree with Block FPL. There are certain players which may feel under pressure in front of a crowd, whereas someone like Sterling, he ain't going to be playing in front of anybody, so he may be a bit more freer. And I think
that's interesting. Sorry, Steve. Steve.
I just think that a lot of these games are going to be very, very friendly-based atmosphere. And I personally think that I mean, City would beat us anyway in normal circumstances 4 or 5-0. Well, in this day and age, I reckon it could be that plus a couple more. So yeah, I think we're going to be in for a lot of fun. And 80 points is very pessimistic. I'd be expecting more than that. I would be, but you know.
I'm sure I heard.
Both games at the Etihad, or is it at neutral venues?
They're both at the. Good question. I think that's one of the.
I think they're both at the Etihad.
Oh,
It's not a million miles. Yeah, I think in the Arsenal game. Yeah, they are both. Yeah.
I'm sure I heard a stat during the week there on Sky. Hashtag not sponsored. And it was it was to do with the German league, whereby normally something like 60 to 70% of teams that are playing home games tend to win their home games. Yeah. However, when this has come back after or during this, episode that we're in at the moment, it's dropped down to something like 15 or 20%. So not even home teams are guaranteed to win their home games. Do you know what I mean? And crowds definitely coming into it, but unless, like what James says, let's be honest about it, the Etihad needs to fill their stadium up anyway, so maybe getting a few rubber dolls in there will help them out.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat, guys, and thanks for the questions. We will get to picking some questions in a minute. I just need to work out how on earth we're going to show the team screenshots, which I'm going to get up in a second, because obviously we've got these lovely people on video now, and I don't want to mess that around. So just give me a second, and I'll work.
So what? Daily Llama, Dre, James, Davey P. We'll start with Davey P. Actually, have you got any differential picks in your team?
I've got Davey P's team up here.
The only thing that I'm not 100% set on for my team is the goalkeeper yet, but I'm 90% sure I'm going to go into the season.
Davey, I was going to bring your team up in a second. It's actually up on the mini screen, which I'm going to get that changed in a moment. But just talk amongst yourselves for literally 30 seconds, and I'll have it up on the screen.
So Davey P's team, for people listening on audio, apart from the fact he's deciding whether or not to what goalkeeper he's choosing, we've got McGovern, Alonso, Alexander-Arnold, Fernandes, Lascelles, Doherty, Barnes, Salah, Mane, Hayden, Mount, Abraham, Rashford, Jimenez. Now, immediately I'm thinking, hold on a minute, there's no double game week player. So just explain this team here. Is this going to be setting up for the rest of the season?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't like the double game week. I just don't think it's a very good double game week. I really don't. I don't see the upside in it, considering following fixtures. And I think some of the single game week teams have just as good fixtures as the double game week teams, and they can easily, Tammy Abraham could easily get 15 points, Alonso could easily get 10 points, Trent, Mane, Salah, they could all get 10 pointers easily. And you're hoping for a double game weeker to play twice, chances are they're going to get 4 points. I'd rather go with the team with the best fixture, regardless of whether or not they play twice. That's my opinion. Yeah.
But the thingamajig, Man City do have two excellent fixtures. Arsenal, Burnley, they do like to play these teams. I think going without them is very, very risky. I do think having Salah and Mane is key. Chelsea assets against Aston Villa, they probably outscore Grealish as an example, but I mean, regarding this mini league that James has set up, you're not worried that you could be behind a lot of people?
I don't think I will. I mean, I've got 3 chips to play after this. I mean, I'll have more info. I'll be able to play mine much more effectively, I think, because I'll have that info to play it. We'll know who teams are in form. We'll know how the teams are playing, in the Bundesliga, whether or not they're going to see some crazy scores like 6-0, and I'll have the freedom to react to this. And then I can react big with a triple captain, bench boost, free hit.
So basically, you're keeping with your game week 2019.
No, I've used a couple of unlimited transfers. So I had Pope, Giroud, and Aubameyang in there originally. And
you brought in who? Jimenez, Abraham, and...
No, I brought in Rashford, Tammy, and I'm probably going to change Pope to Patricio, because I think Wolves might keep a clean sheet against West Ham.
So you're not really planning for this double game week at all then? You're not really kind of planning to bring any players in for the double game week? That's really different.
I'm not.
you're definitely playing it different to the crowd, 100%.
Well, put it this way: if I'm right and the double game week turns out to be a bust, I'm in the strongest position in the world, pretty much, because nobody will have hardly anyone will have three chips.
Wow.
The double game week will be one, and my team's well set up.
Dre, what do you think of this talk from Davey P?
It's utterly differential going.
I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think he's a very brave man to go against the grain. But if it works for him, it works. But looking at the chat, it looks like people are saying that Davey P is going to get a few red arrows. But I'm only quoting what it says on the chat. But you know,
we need to get Booner in here, don't we?
You can be totally honest, Dre, and just say, I think that's absolute shite, David.
You can't say any of my players.
Oh, sorry.
They're saying all my team has a decent picture this week, pretty much every single player, or maybe other than Rashford, but most of them play teams that can't defend.
Well, let's just David, say
how many? You've got no players then?
No double game
in the double game week. So I've gone somewhere in the middle between you and Jason, right? So while Jason,
can we bring your team up, James? Let's bring your team up on the screen, James. If you put it in the team screenshot. Post it. Go on, man. Post it into this.
All right.
But
let me do that.
Because
why are you doing that? Let's hear Dre Zera's thoughts on his team, because he's saying here, that's my team at the moment. I haven't touched it yet. We'll get onto that in a second. Edison, Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, Alonso, De Bruyne, Martinho, Mane, Neto, Nketiah, Jimenez, Vardy. You say you haven't touched it. What does that specifically mean?
Basically, I haven't touched the team since like late April kind of time. Basically,
right.
I'm going to make some. I might make some changes nearer to the deadline, but that's so I've kind of set up the team initially for the game week 30 before pandemic, and I made like one or two little changes because you had like free transfers because the fantasy Premier League kept roll overing like free transfers as if like game weeks are happening. So I did like bits and pieces that way, but I think there are still some decisions I need to make.
Well, I mean, ironically,
go on. Sorry.
Ironically, your team is actually really, really nice. You know, if you were able just to play around with a bit of it, like maybe get rid of Nketiah and Vardy and bring in Aubameyang and I don't know, whoever. Maybe play around with a few players. You know what I mean? Sorry, you haven't got any chips left, have you?
I have bench boost, free hit, and triple captain left.
Right. Okay. So actually, in theory, then you could do a free hit for game week 30 then, if you wanted to, and load up if you don't want to do what Davey P's doing and load up on double game. If that's what you want to do.
I definitely don't want to do what Davey P's doing. That's his life. But I feel that I mean, 100%, maybe. I am leaning towards the bench boost, but I'm not 100% sure yet. One player I'm thinking about, and this is kind of inspired by listening to you guys with virtual FPL, even though I don't play it. I've been semi-thinking about Sane for Man City, but I'm not 100% sure how much game time he's going to get.
Yeah, that is it's like Jason said earlier on. I think sticking to listening to the press conferences is exactly what everybody needs to do. I think that's the key. Whatever these managers say about their players, I certainly think, for instance, from a Burnley perspective, Sean Dyche will essentially say that he'll be taking the league very, very seriously. He won't be. He knows we're safe, and he'll be playing like second string teams almost. Certainly against Man City, throwing in the odd youngster here or there. Players that haven't played for a long time, he'll be throwing them in, just like he does in the cup games. I think with Man City, I think certainly players like De Bruyne, Aguero, Sterling, Edison, Laporte, maybe Mendy, they're all like key players are all safe. With Sane, it's all this Bayern Munich talk. I think maybe, if Pep Guardiola's just thinking, what, stuff you can clear off the Bayern Munich, you ain't going to play in this. You're going to be a rival at the end of the day. I ain't gonna play. I don't want to give you a pre-season or anything. You can just stay on the bench or whatever.
You think that's going to be that
I'll tell you someone that you could be looking at though is Mahrez. Mahrez is certainly somebody that Pep's already come out about. I'm actually tempted to get rid of Sterling and bringing in Mahrez. It's unlikely.
Oh, okay.
I've got Mahrez. I love that pick.
Why have you gone with Mahrez, James?
Differential. Everyone's going Sterling, De Bruyne.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you're going to catch up or stand out from the crowd, I think not many people are going for Mahrez. So yeah, put him in my team.
And this team up in front of me anyway. Henderson to goal.
Hang on. I'll pull it up now. I'll bring it up now so everyone can see what you're talking about.
Stevens, Bulldog, Mahrez, Grealish, Fernandes, Salah, Calvert-Lewin, Aguero, Jimenez. What specifically is this team? Is this the team that you've built up over the weeks? Is it an unlimited transfer team? What specifically is it?
So it's kind of half JVP, half Jason, if you know what I mean. I haven't gone all in on the double game weeks, and I haven't ignored it either. It's kind of like that middle ground where I feel like the players have good fixtures the rest of the way, while incorporating some double game weeks, because I don't have a wild card anymore because I used it game week 29. So I'm this is the middle ground that I've compromised myself with.
Calvert-Lewin at home to Liverpool. Interesting.
Your bench boosting, James.
Am I?
Oh, sorry, you've already played it. My apologies. Oh no, you can play it. Sorry, I'm just reading.
No, I can play it. Yeah.
Yeah. When are you thinking of actually using that chip? Is it just going to be some random point during the rest of the season, or?
Yes, probably second to last week or the last week towards the end.
And have you got much? Like Davey P's been quite negative, pessimistic on this particular double game. What about you? Are you quite confident ahead of it, or are you thinking no? Davey P's got a point here.
He's got a point because the fixtures, there's just not enough time between games for people to be playing 2 games, except for Man City, who have 4 days. But you know what Pep's like. So, yeah, it's not really a great double game week because people don't have 4 days, right? The other teams have a gap of 2 to 3 days between games. So it's going to be tough for a lot of players to be getting full minutes.
I mean, is Man City a trap? Are Man City a total trap that we're going to fall into?
That is a very good question, Steve-O. Are Man City a trap that everyone's going to fall into, especially 3 players with a lot of money, a lot of budget going into the likes of Aguero, Sterling, De Bruyne, Mahrez, all these popular picks. Are they going to cause problems going forward where you see Pep bringing off players in the half time? You'll see the likes of Aguero playing 45 minutes, or dare I say it, Sterling coming on for the second half. Things like that.
I mean, what are you guys going to do watching the Liverpool game against Everton? Are you guys going to be bricking it not having Salah or Mane in your team?
I don't think that there'll be a goal fest. I think it'll be relatively tight, so to speak. I don't think either team's gonna really go at each other.
I think
under normal circumstances, like Calvert-Lewin against Liverpool would scare me, but with what's going on right now, I reckon it's going to be a goal fest. You could see Everton knock in 2 goals. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-2, 5-3.
Are you thinking of keeping Alexander-Arnold then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many people jumped off?
Beautiful guy, Alexander-Arnold.
We'll see. I mean, this is the thing. Steve-O was saying about a template, and automatically tonight, I see that there's not really a template in terms of what us on Discord. There's certainly names that you can say, Grealish is been thrown up. We've seen Aguero's name again, but people's kind of general attitude towards this double game week is slightly different. I've gone all in. Davey P's complete opposite is almost ignoring it. James Bang and Andre Zera kind of halfway into it. So Steve-O, I imagine you're probably going to be like a little bit more involved in the double game week, having a few more double game week players than James Bang here. But yeah, it's interesting to see automatically already.
Well, I've got to, because
sorry, Steve-O, what was that?
I didn't say anything. I was just listening to hear you finish your sentence.
No. You said. Well, I've got to, and then you stopped talking.
All right. Yeah. You've got to. I've got to go all in. Of course I do. I've got unlimited transfers. Then I've got a wild card to follow it.
Right.
I can just. I'm just going to take so much advantage of this game. You've got to at the end of the day.
Rad Robbie and
You'd be
chat.
mad,
We'll start reading out a few. Llama, have you got your team at all? Or
I've posted it for you.
Okay.
For Steve-O's entertainment.
For educational purposes, we want to keep
Exactly,
this going.
for educational purposes only.
So Llama, we've look at Jay Zera's rocking the shades now.
Yeah.
Where's
This
yours?
is just a cool stream, you know.
So there you go, Steve-O. Go ahead and slate my team. So you've got Henderson at the back, got Alonso, Cody, Robertson sitting there in defence. So they're my single game week players. But then I've went all out with my double game week. So I've went Sterling, Fleck, McGinn, De Bruyne, Aubameyang, Aguero, and McBurney. Saka just sat there just in case someone doesn't start in amongst that. My team, if I can try and cast my memory back all those months ago, is kind of made up with your Salahs, your Salahs and your Manes, Wolves players, Jimenez, Jota. So when I look at their fixtures for the remainder of the season, and we understand that it's a complete lottery that we're going into. You know, similar to you, Steve, well, I've kind of got to hit this hard with double game week players, hence why I've had to free hit it. Because the team that I've got previously, I feel, is in an alright position.
Do you think that the mindset now is literally as if this is just a brand new season started and everybody's just like, we've got this almost like you said earlier, like a cheat code where we've got unlimited transfers. We've only got 9 game weeks of a season left. Let's just go all in the first game week. And because we're kind of like participating, it's almost like we've dismissed the cash mini league because none of us have got any interest in it of coming the top. So we're just thinking, you know what? Let's take the mini league. It's a bit like our virtual FPL one where it's just like a game week 11 mini league only. We didn't start from the start.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been really competitive, and I'm just thinking like the next 9 game weeks in the Premier League, this is going to make it really competitive between.
Do you know what? It's going to make it really competitive, but it's also going to be it's going to be really exciting because we're not going to have the week breaks between game weeks.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a flurry of games as well, so it's gonna be almost like virtual FPL in the sense that we're gonna be kind of like, you have a bad game week, that's fine because 2 days time we've got another one to prepare for. So it's like just and it's gonna be exciting to kind of, the rivalries are gonna build up in this mini league straight away. Like Steve-O is gonna want to start better than me, for example. Definitely wants to be able to talk.
And it's
this is
fun to have 2 transfers in a real week.
Yeah.
You're going to build up 3 transfers so quickly, like in season.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the other thing as well, when we were talking about the likes of Aguero or Sterling missing out on potentially a whole game and stuff like that, Pep's been doing this for 2 seasons now. But you can still get an Aguero to come on with 15 minutes to go and bang a hat-trick in, so...
Slight difference, though, is that Pep has always... Well, any team has got something to play for. We all know that Liverpool are going to win the title. There's only certain things in the league which need sorting out, certain Champions League places, certainly the relegation spots. I've said this all along. The Liverpool versus Man City game could go one of several ways. It could be a really, really high-scoring game. Man City could just play a bunch of kids and Liverpool just win 1-0. It could end up 0-0. That game could end up 7 each because it's just like, well, you've won the title. We're just doing
Guard
this.
of Honour. Guard of Honour against City. Yeah.
It's going to have a bit of fun. Liverpool, for example, I honestly do believe that, despite friends of mine are saying that they're going to play with the integrity, Klopp's going to play with the integrity of the actual competition and going to go for all these records, I don't think he will.
James, that's the guy you got there, mate.
I think that I believe that all the Liverpool
I
players.
figured I'd join
hungover.
3.
Look at James, like chilling there with
Oh
his cigar.
yeah.
He's got a cigar in you, James. Like proper living it up. Scarface style, man.
Shake gang.
Join the
Say
shake.
hello to my little friend.
I'm going to start calling him Don James in a minute. Or Don Bang, that'd be better. Don Bang.
No, they call him Bang, James Bang.
Yeah. But I'm actually really surprised at the certain the mindsets of you guys because certainly on like Reddit and Twitter and other forums, I see a big echo chamber of people just basically loading in on double game week players, not really worried about the future for game week fixtures too much, almost a little bit like me. So it's interesting to kind of get the argument out there that not one's strategy is the safe and sound one, because I think that people saying yes, it's the restart of the season, there's a lot of uncertainty, but there's also a lack of fitness, and as much as you can say that could be a reason not to use a chip, I think you're going to have defenders that are going to be rusty working with their defensive partners. It's easier for strikers to get their aiming boots on than it is for defenders to organise themselves after a few months break. That's just my thoughts on it, and I think there will be some seriously high score lines and a few goals going in over the course of the week, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to
Certainly.
Man City against Arsenal. I think that could be 6-7 goals. Honestly, I do.
I certainly do agree that the big teams like Man City, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, the high-scoring teams, really, I think that a bit like with the Bundesliga, I'm not taking any interest in it whatsoever, but I do think that they're going to be getting a lot of goals against these lower league teams like Crystal Palace, Burnley, etc. Because I do think that those teams are just going to be playing some of the youngsters and everything. I think they are going to get a bit of a spanking. But going on to Lama's team,
Yeah.
It's about as standard as it gets, really. The three single game week players in Alonso, Cody, and Robertson, all guaranteed starts for their clubs.
Well, Bernie's an interesting option,
nice.
I think he was showing some good form before the lockdown, like Burnley. He was quite high for shots in the box.
I'm sure he just scored a couple the other night there, albeit it was a friendly, but and you can't read too much into them, but hey ho, is what it is.
But there's only a small selection of players to choose from, and if you're willing to go all in on Sheffield United and you're given the information that McBurney has been doing well in the, so to speak, the friendlies, just
Holy moly. Carl Patrick Vineyard, thank you ever so much for that. £2 on the super chat, dude. Are Aguero and Aubameyang good options?
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, that is a very good question. And let me just think of an answer. They're freaking great options. Like they're literally pretty much the main men up front for their respective teams. So I wouldn't worry at all. I mean, the minutes on Aguero will be managed. We know that, but I still think that Aguero could play 45 minutes, 50 minutes in a game and still get yourself 2 or 3 goals. Anyone want to disagree with that?
Well, I'm not going to disagree with it, but what I would say is that the captaincy when it comes to defence. We know that Brighton are absolutely useless. Aubameyang, as you just mentioned, is a talisman for Arsenal. They can score goals if they really, really want to. They're fresh. They're playing for something. Are we overlooking Aubameyang?
As a captain choice?
As a captain choice, yeah. He's guaranteed to start both matches. Unlike what people are saying, unlike Aguero and the other, it's certainly worth looking at. If you want to go differential, Aubameyang is certainly a fantastic potential of a differential captaincy.
I don't know if I trust Aubameyang though or Arsenal.
Yeah, we always say that.
Him to score against Man City? Do you trust him to score against Brighton?
It's the ceiling for me. It's the potential ceiling. If you told me that Aguero was going to get a hat trick in this double game week, I'd be like, I can see that. But if you told me that Aubameyang is going to get a hat trick, it's just that I just don't see it. I think he'll probably get 1, maybe 2 goals over the course of the 2 games, and they probably will be away at Brighton. Whereas I think Aguero can do that in just the 1 game against Arsenal. To be fair, maybe even get him, a hat trick in that game. I know, the minutes won't be there for him as they would be for Aubameyang, but that Burnley at home game afterwards, I think, God, it could be a massive point haul for Aguero, and that's so much so that's why you've initially pointed him out as a triple captain candidate for you.
That's if he plays against Burnley.
And he's trying to win the Golden Boot.
I mean, with the 5 substitutions, you would like to think that Pep would probably have.
It's an obvious pick, but it'd be interesting to hear if Drake.
Is Steve-O breaking up for you guys?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone for me as well at the moment. Yeah,
He's gone. Just to add a bit of Aubameyang, you were saying, I think the appeal with Aubameyang is the fixtures that he has after, especially that Norwich at home game and game week 32. I think if he didn't have those couple of good, game weeks 31 and 32, if he didn't have those nice fixtures, I don't think his appeal would be as good. To hold for this game week for 30, because I don't think many people would get him in. I think people would focus more on the Man City players and the single game weekers. And the teams that have a good run of fixtures, like your Jimenez's, your Tammy Abrahams, your Rashfords, I think you'd see much more of them rather than Aubameyang.
I'm just trying to get Steve-O in. Sorry, carry on talking, guys.
Sorry, I was just going to say, one thing to consider, guys, is that Brighton aren't out of the woods yet. They're only 2 points off relegation, so I think there's a good chance they could probably shut up shop as well. That's one thing to consider. And
they've only got Arsenal to focus on. They've got all this time to focus on Arsenal, and Arsenal have to focus on City, which is probably going to be quite a tiring game. And then they've got 3 days or 4 days. Then they've got to travel all the way to Burnley.
Exactly.
Only thing, you know how you were saying earlier on that City were playing their home games at the Emirates? Is every I take it not every club's able to do that, play their games at their normal stadiums. Is there some teams that are playing at, what's it called, neutral grounds?
Some games are supposed to be played at neutral grounds.
It's on the website, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Right, okay, I'll have a look at that then.
It should be on, see if I can bring it up.
I think pitch size might come into play for some of the teams that like to play this free-flowing passing football. I think Arsenal and City could affect them a little bit, especially it makes their home ties less attractive if they're playing it on a small pitch.
Jason Nibbs is saying in chat that no games are at neutral grounds. Interesting.
Is that what Nibbs is saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Steve-O's timed out. I don't know if his internet's cut out or something, but I can't get hold of him on Skype, so hopefully he'll sort that out in a moment.
Oh, Jason's saying there that the City-Liverpool game's the only one that's yet to be announced, but everything else, I think, must be going ahead at their own stadiums.
Is it?
That's fine. I plan on free hitting that game week anyway.
I still think it's interesting though what Sky Sports were reporting during the week, that in the German leagues, home game advantage has all but disappeared almost.
Right, okay.
It does make sense though, because the home advantage usually comes from the crowd influencing the referee.
Yes.
And less to do with the dimensions and familiarity of the pitch.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm looking at it's pretty much as you would expect. All the teams playing at their home grounds. Hopefully, Steve-O's internet's sorted itself out. Steve-O, can you hear me?
Does that? I'm going to need to look at the bus journeys now, because like what we're saying, there's going to be just 2-3 days between fixtures, but some folk might be going from I don't know, Land's End to blooming Carlisle.
Can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you, Steve-O. Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah, I think the question's been the answer to that is the games are being played at the grounds. I didn't realise. I thought they were doing the neutral.
Yeah, I thought the same as you. I thought some games were neutral, but there you
Yeah.
go. That's even better.
They must have obviously deemed it safe enough.
What happened, guys, is that St George's Park said, "Nah, fam." Hence why the St George's Park idea for neutral grounds was thrown away.
I thought some games were going to get played at Wembley.
Well, initially, all clubs didn't have permission from the police, which is why they had a lot of neutral grounds, but then the clubs were all opposed to it. So I'm glad they found a way to move the games back to the home venues.
No, definitely. I just, like everyone else, I just hope that safety-wise, everyone and everything is safe.
Yeah, I think that they would obviously be having that in the forefront of their decision making. Steve-O, your camera seems to be right the size it needs to be, so I'll just quickly change that. You're back. So we've just basically found out, if you haven't already heard, that the great games are being played at their normal grounds, because I didn't know that.
Yeah. I only certain grounds though. The majority of I believe. I don't know if some grounds have been ruled out though due to. Actually, I don't know why. Yeah.
No,
so,
they haven't. They haven't.
I'm guessing.
No, I found that they haven't.
Oh, brilliant! That's excellent. That's it's going to make a lot of difference, so to speak. But yes, I was going to say, do you want to do the old competition?
Yeah, I'm going to in a second. I'm just trying to sort your camera out, mate. 2 seconds. So go on, carry on talking, Steve.
Okay. Any thoughts?
Read some questions out in chat. Read some questions out.
It's the one moment when nobody actually asks.
There's been quite a lot of questions.
So FPL Maestro, anyone else got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Abraham in the free hit team? Yes, I got Trent, Davey P. You've got Abraham.
Yeah, I've got them both in my normal team. Yeah, my non-free hit team.
Yeah,
I just think Tammy will score against Aston Villa.
I do think as well. I think he's got a very, very good chance of doing.
Defense was bad before the lockdown. Imagine how bad it's going to be now.
That's a fair point. Aston Villa's defence is quite leaky.
I mean, defence is one of the hardest things to actually train and do well, and the defence was awful.
Blimey, a name I haven't seen for a long time. Crazy Jack. I think it's called neutral in the sense that the home team won't have the crowd, so no home advantage. Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's just simply because they're just at a stadium. That's all it's going to be, really. Playing on a field. That's about as good to go.
Basic is going to be.
Any good game weeks to play the free hit after game week 30 plus? Harshal is saying. Probably. Can't comment. Yeah, have you looked into this, David?
Yeah, I'm probably going to play my 32.
Why 32?
Liverpool play Manchester City that week, so if you free hit, the fixtures that you've got and teams you've got to pick from that week are still quite good. I mean, Wolves play Aston Villa, Arsenal play Norwich, Man United play Brighton, Spurs play Sheffield United, Chelsea play West Ham. I mean, you can load up on all of these teams, have the best assets from all those teams with no City and no Liverpool. You don't know what Liverpool City game is going to do.
Good one for Crazy Jack there. Is Lundstrom still worth the risk for the double game week?
He used the Lord, but then again, before the isolation began, he kind of been in and out of the team. But I think he should be ready to go. He'll get minutes, definitely.
Paulie's joined us.
Are we overlooking?
Hey, Paulie.
He's trying to talk, but he's not making any noise.
I think we are overlooking Harry Kane a little bit, but then again, Harry Kane's been, like, the last couple of years, he's been playing deeper and deeper and deeper. And there's no Eriksen there.
Did you not say, Davey, the other day there that the picture that you saw of him, Harry Kane, looked a bit podgy?
No, that wasn't me.
All right, I'm sure.
That was me.
All right, I knew someone had commented saying that he was looking a bit podgy, so I'm staying away from Kane.
I mean, if Kane if Kane in the opening couple of games doesn't drop deep, starts like sticking around the box like he used to do, then He'll probably be quite high scorer in the last few game weeks, I think. I think everyone will jump on him.
What about Man United?
Oh,
They're an attacking team. I think they'll score lots of goals. They've possibly got the best run of fixtures, I think, out of all the top 6 for the
So
run.
that's what Bilal's asking in chat. He's basically saying that Spurs against United could be a goal fest.
I also feel that statistically, Tottenham play better without Dele Alli, it seems, and Dele Alli's got a one-match ban, so he won't be playing against Man U.
I think
Son's
Son's
back,
been
of
overlooked. I
course,
don't see
as
many
well.
people
Well,
talking about Son.
I've brought in Charlie, FPL Chris Packet, as well to say hello. Hello, Charlie. How you doing, mate?
Oh yeah, evening lads.
Sounds like you've
Oh, here we are.
Oh,
sounds-
you're rustling in!
you're rustling in for a Chris Packet. And also, guys, if you want to, you can enable your videos and you can be on the stream on your video. So go on, be brave and enable your videos.
I don't have a camera.
Charlie's got a
Okay,
camera on his
Lama.
Charlie. Charlie's got a camera on his phone.
I have somewhere.
Here we go. There he is. There he is.
Hey!
Hey,
Whoa,
Charlie, how you
look
doing,
at that.
mate?
That is
Charlie,
a
have
beautiful
you-
trim. That trim is
What?
Hey,
Right, who did
What
that?
is that haircut?
Who paid you
Oh, that
to
was
cut
me.
your hair like that?
Did you lose a
I
bet?
done it myself. I've done it with myself with a beard trimmer.
Is that
Good
the
effort.
That's the lockout haircut, right?
Yeah, man,
Lockdown
proper
haircut.
lockdown.
When are you giving yourself the proper mullet look though? And doing the other side?
I don't know.
It's got to do the Mohican, mate. It's do the Mohican.
Yeah, Mohican, yeah. Good to see you though, Charlie. How you been? You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been good. Just been busy with work pretty much. Working throughout the whole lockdown, so I've been kept busy. But yeah, I've been missing FPL, definitely.
Charlie, the question for you is: are you looking more forward to the Cash Mini League or James's Cash Mini League, where there's £100 prize for the winner at stake?
To be honest, I'm looking forward to both. I'll just try and hopefully do well and carry on from where I left off when it ended. Fingers crossed.
Mental.
What's your thoughts on the return of the double game week, and do you think that majority of people are going with a give or take a template team? I mean, people like Davey P are completely ignoring this double game week. Do you think he's mad, or do you think he's onto something?
Yeah, rip into Davey.
I mean, I think
Just
it
channel
could
your
go-
inner FPL winner.
I mean, I think it can go either way, to be honest. I think it could be a good idea because obviously we all know not all double game weeks are, high scoring, especially after just coming back from FPL. So it could go either way, to be honest. So, yeah.
What have you put your team in team screenshots? Just
Yeah.
of interest.
Yeah, I literally done the first time I've been back on the app, and I done it about 2 hours ago, so
Whoa.
let me know.
Oh, right, we'll get your team up then. 2 secs.
Yeah.
I can channel my FPL winner and rip into that.
Right then, Charlie. Let's see his team. So we got a Mahrez, a Mahrez
Yep.
owner. Tell us about why Mahrez.
I just think he's a good option, even though he's rotation risk this season. He's done well coming off the bench and starting, so I think, and he's quite good price as well. He's not like 11 point odd like Sterling is. So yeah, I think he's a good option.
So for people listening on audio, we've got Henderson in goal, Van Dijk, Egan, Maguire, Bowley, Grealish, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Aguero, Abraham, Lacazette. Now, what's the situation regarding your chips? Remind the audience.
Oh, sorry, say that again. You cut out.
I've missed that line. The chips. What chips have you got left?
That's unlimited transfers.
But what chips have you got left?
I've got bench boost and free hit. I haven't got any wildcard left.
So, this is your team going into essentially the rest of this season.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're
So
not
you're benching.
going with Lacazette.
Yeah,
At the
Lacazette.
moment,
Is he
At the
match
moment, I've
fit?
just done it as a differential. I know, like, loads of people will be like, "Oh, wow, Lacazette, he hasn't done that well this season." But it's sort of a new start for every player. He's got 2 in pre-season. I know they've been against championship teams, but he could do well. It's pretty much like a fresh start, so he could do well. But obviously that's not my final team, but I think he could be a good option.
What was your team looking like before you came into this unlimited transfers? Have you thought about just free hitting?
No,
how much value have you lost on your team, by just out of curiosity? Because you must have taken out Salah and possibly another Liverpool.
Yeah, I took out Salah and Trent.
Oh, have you lost much value on that?
Probably quite a bit of value, but I'm not too bothered. It's just mainly about points. I know, obviously, it probably was a lot of value, but I had to, I had a decent team. My old team, I had like Calvert-Lewin, Aubameyang, Jota up front. I had Ricardo Pereira, but obviously he's out for the season. But I just think, it's a new start. I just thought, why not just do unlimited and then see what happens.
So, wow, okay. Steve-O, your reaction to that?
Again, as Charlie admitted, it's just a quick grab whatever players you can.
Charlie, are you going to be...
throw them in immediately,
Charlie, are you going to be joining the James Bang extravaganza £100 up for grabs mini league that's going to be starting in Gameweek 30?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know how to join it?
I think I'm already in it.
What?
I think I'm already
James,
in it.
what is this?
James,
was that a different one? I think.
James.
I'm not sure.
Right, yeah, okay. So for people asking who are wanting to know, it's going to be through Discord. So make sure you're in our Discord for that. I think that that's a great time to kind of link into the competition that I've kind of thrown open for everybody. I know that, Charlie, you entered into it.
Yeah.
So let's do the draw. Let's get it up on the screen. Let's quickly get...
Tell people what the competition was,
Yeah,
Jason.
I will do. I'm just multitasking at the moment, Steve-O. Just give me a moment. Oh, God's sake. So I need an octopus. I need 8 arms to be able to do it all. Right, so the competition is for an Elite FPL shirt. And I see Steve-O's got one on. You see that Drazera's got one on as well. It's the Eat Sleep Elite Repeat t-shirt. Now, Steve-O, do you think we should go for that first, or should we go the keyring, the mug, and then the shirt in that order?
Yeah, I think that way. Yeah, I think in that order.
All right, okay, here we go. Merchandise competition. So good luck to everyone that's entered into this.
All the best, people.
May the mucker gappage be with you all.
Right, here we go. So the spinning wheels up on the screen. Right.
It's a spinning wheel that no one can see. Oh no!
I know it's got so many. No, it's a spinning wheel. It's got a lot of people's names on it, so it's very hard to read out the names. So just bear with me a moment. Right. So best of luck to everybody. We're going to be drawing the first name. Right. So get ready. In a 3, 2, 1. And it's Kinyanju Kamau. Kinyanju Kamau. Are you in chat, Kimanjui? Well done, Kimanjui. If you're in chat, then please let us know.
Yes!
I'm sure you could have got a dead easy name to pronounce first.
I know, Kinyanjui. Right, that's for a key ring. Next one is for a mug, alright? Spin it. Paulie!
Oh,
Hey, Paulie! Paulie's won a mug. Paulie's won a mug. Well done.
Nice.
yes! Go on, Paulie!
And then for the t-shirt...
Nobody could even hear him in chat, but he's just fell off his chair.
Yeah.
He's doing a dancing pirouette right now.
He was in Discord a minute ago. And guys,
he's still
he's still there. It's Paulie, you need to sort your mic out, mate. And anyone that wants to join us on Discord, come into the waiting room. We're going to pull you in, all right? Get in the waiting room on Discord. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's do this draw for the t-shirt, shall we?
Oh.
You guys ready? 3,
All right, let's go.
2,
Come on, cross it.
1.
Come on, Block FPL. We want to charge
Here we
Jason.
go.
Fortune.
Mike Jones.
Whoa!
Mike
yes.
Jones!
Mike Jones.
Oh.
Well done, Mike. You've
Welcome
won.
to the Elite
You've won
Pod.
Elite Eat Sleep Repeat T-shirt. So
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
let me just write these down actually. So Kinyanjui got the key ring.
Yep.
Paulie with the mug.
Yep.
And Mike Jones got the T-shirt.
Is it the T-shirt or is it the vest type that Steve-O's got on?
Well, the Steve-O had a T-shirt, but Steve-O decided that he was going to cut it
Cut
off.
the arms off.
He just ripped it.
Ah.
It's
Oh, so that's
Evo
a
special.
that's a Steve-O custom one then.
That's a custom.
You
don't wanna- you
don't-
It's a
you
very rare item.
You don't want that item, I tell you now. We've just brought in a very awesome guest. We've brought in Block FPL. And Block,
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 welcome to
activate-
the
activate your camera, Block. Activate your camera, mate. Come on. And we're bringing in Lewis Kirkby as well.
Oh, hello, Lewis. Hello.
Hello, lads. How we doing?
Hello,
All good.
Whoa, it's a big party here.
We're doing good. We're doing good. So we've got Fire Tog here as well in the waiting room.
Coming in.
Fire Tog coming in.
Bloody hell. Hundreds.
Congratulations, everyone at one. Hey, Fire Tog. Hey, Kirkby. Hey, Lewis. You right? How you doing, mate?
I'm alright, mate. I'm doing good.
Awesome. Fire Tog, can you hear us? Fire Tog, you there, dude?
Fire Talk.
I'm here.
Block,
Can you hear me?
Block. Yeah, I can hear you, dude. I can hear you. Block, turn your camera on, mate. We need to see your youthful looks, your beautiful. Have you had your hair cut? Because it was quite long last time I saw it.
Yeah, the curly hair.
I
Come
got
on.
it cut a while back. How do I turn my camera on?
You just click on the video button.
Click on the one that looks like a camcorder.
Yeah, it looks like a camcorder. Click on that one. Okay.
I think I have to update my app for all that.
Should be on your app. Anyone on the phone right now? Charlie's on the phone. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, just go into the waiting room and you should see like the camera.
Not in the waiting room, on their
Just click
channel.
on it. Yeah.
No, he's gone into the waiting room now.
Oh, he's had enough.
Yeah,
There's
click
that.
on the on air channel, Block. You should be able to see a camera video like symbol.
Oh, hold on. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sort mine out.
Hold on, I'll
So
be right
good
back.
there's music playing.
Yay!
I've put mine on so you can see me as well.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
Tog's
There
just
you
showing
go.
off
Oh
now.
my God,
There
Fire
we go.
Tog! What is going on, dude?
Baby.
Yo, you can't get them views in the UK. I can tell you that much right now.
What are you on about? He's in
There we go.
Dorset. What do you say? He's in Dorset. You know, I've not been there before.
Birmingham, baby.
That's ridiculous. Those views are beautiful, Fire Tog. I'm not jealous at all. I love looking out at my garden every day.
Is that what, the Caribbean? Bermuda. No.
Wow. We need to put him full screen, don't we, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Fire Tog, Hat Gang, Fire Tog, respect.
Yeah, it's fucking hot out here. I need a hat on.
Yeah,
same here.
I'd be burning up. Yeah, it's been pretty hot here, but probably not a touch on that. That's quite stunning, dude. How's your reception out there?
Good. I got 100 meg.
It's better than
Nice.
Steve-O's.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's better than mine.
Fire Tog, have you
Steve, I
got?
put 50p in the meter earlier.
He did, and he's sorted himself out now. But Fire Tog, have you sorted your team out for the upcoming double game week?
Yeah, so I'm the same as Llama. I wildcarded in 29, so it completely screwed me. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up my team for the rest of the season, and then just setting up my bench boost for the double game week guys, and the rest of it I'm just going to go with normal.
Awesome. Have you posted your team in the team screenshots?
I haven't, no. I can go
Oh,
back
right.
inside and do it.
No, it's fine. You can stay out. You can stay outside, mate. It's fine. It's fine. We've got some FPL on Periscope saying, "Are we going to be talking about FPL at all?" Well, we have been talking about FPL. But obviously, you just joined, but we're this is a community stream, so a lot of our long-term community members are joining us today to talk about their FPL teams, and we've got Lewis Kirkby here. We've got did Block sort out his Oh, he's gone. Hopefully, he'll come back and he'll sort it out. Lewis, have you sorted out your team?
My team, yeah, it's in the team screenshots.
Right. Okay, Lewis. Have you got a camera you want to turn on?
Nah, none of that. You're looking good anyway, boys.
Lewis hasn't had a haircut.
Yeah, if it weren't for the lockdown haircut, I'd whip the old camera on, to be honest. But none of that. I'm going to need an Elite FPL cap to cover that up.
Can he be as bad as Charlie's?
Nah, I think you'll be surprised. Nah, Charlie's looking alright, to be fair. I did mine myself as well a bit ago, but that was like at the start of the lockdown, so I'm looking homeless nowadays.
I'm sure, Lewis, you look beautiful. Don't worry.
Looking very similar to mine. The team's looking very similar to mine, Lewis. What's going on? Copying.
No, I've had this team. I've not really done too much tinkering. I used my transfers through, obviously, when the game weeks were rolling over from 30 to 38. I was using my transfers then, and I've only done 2 transfers. I had Phil Foden in as a punt, but I was like, nah, sack that. I got Fleck in, and I did Salah to Sterling, which I'm going to do straight back after the double.
Yeah, on the
1.1 million in the bank to do that. I've no chips left, so I have to prepare.
I like the Pookie pick. I do like the Pookie pick at home Southampton, I must admit.
Yeah, same. I think if you can replicate the early season form, they could be Norwich access could be really good, man. Honestly. Maybe
we're sleeping on Pookie. I know a few people were talking about sleeping on Vardy. Maybe Pookie could be another player that people aren't just not considering because they're blinded by the double game week fixtures. I see that you've got Sterling and De Bruyne in there as well, and interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting one really there with Cantwell as well. I've heard that he's been really working hard in training. He's looking really sharp and fit. Have you heard the same thing? Is that what's kind of prompted you to bring him in?
To be honest, I've had him in all season. He's always just been there in and about my team. I've not really, I've not really bothered to get him out really. But going off those fixtures, I don't really see a reason to get him out. So I'm just going to keep him in there, and I think I'll play him next, like 31 instead of Fleck. Just play a 3-4-3. Maguire will come in for Egan.
I've got G-Wiz in the chat, and he's getting Discord G-Wiz. Yeah, I'm listening. Bringing Maguire in for
I think I'll end up selling Dean Henderson as well, and just playing Pope the entire season and just freeing up that 1.1 mil.
I mean, if one of the worrying things is that the July the 1st deadline for Dean Henderson to stay at Sheffield United. So, anyone listening from Man United, please, can you let Dean Henderson stay at least until the end of the season, please? Anyone listening?
I think they've sorted that.
It's official.
Yeah.
Is it really? That's good.
So, Lewis, are you concerned about moving forward the fact that you've got no chips, or are you very, 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 very happy with this team?
I don't really know. It's an awkward one because people with chips, obviously, they've got a huge advantage, but there's not really, you've not got much to base it on. It's really just, you're just hitting blind if you're going with a chip. This game week, I'm not too bothered because I've not had chips for ages. As you probably already remember, I wasted my chips at the start of the season, so I've not had chips for a long time, and I'm still doing quite well. I should be all right, to be honest, because I think my team's good enough to last. It's very set up for the long term, so yeah, I should be fine.
Somebody
were you happy the game was unlimited?
Man City week seems like a good one. When Man City play Liverpool, seems like a good week for the free hit to get away from those two defences.
Yeah,
couldn't agree more.
I think, but then again, it depends on what the managers come out with and say. I think certainly that City will be concentrating on Europe. It's going to be an interesting one. Maybe once Liverpool are officially given the title, I think Pep is going to be resting a lot of players at that point and concentrating on Europe. That's what I'm thinking, and I think certainly.
Yeah, well, they said he's prioritising the FA Cup, right? The FA Cup, and then Europe comes after the Premier League. So, yeah, he might be resting the big guys.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and I'd be.
Oh, have we lost? I think we're losing you again, Stevie.
Jumping off those.
Oh no.
Those players, like with Liverpool. What did you just then?
It's probably on the birds in my garden.
So you're going.
So Stevie, come.
So Lewis, you're going for definite Aguero captaincy. You're happy with that?
Yeah, I think obviously it's either him or De Bruyne. There's no one else you're really going to go for unless you need a differential to get up the ranks. I think Aguero's definitely going to be the one for me. I'm not too confident he's going to play both games though, to be fair. Jesus there's been a lot of reports of him training all throughout the lockdown and things like that, so I reckon Jesus will get a game. But I'm happy to just captain Aguero for one game anyway, never mind two, so...
Well, we were discussing earlier about potentially is Aubameyang being overlooked as a captaincy option. What do you think on that? He's guaranteed to start both games.
Nah, for me, I've honestly done quite a few drafts and he's not even been in one of them. I've not even considered him. I just don't rate Arsenal just as a whole. I've had Aubameyang quite a lot this season for good fixtures that he's had, and I just don't know what to think of Arsenal with no crowd or anything, and especially travelling away. Obviously, it might not make a big difference, but I just feel like when they're not at the Emirates, they're just flat, and especially if he's playing on the left wing, I just don't want him for 11 mil.
Interesting, and we've got a camera being activated here, and who's this? Block. Oh, look at this!
Good-looking chap.
Looking good, looking dapper, man.
Oh, Block is looking suave.
That is.
Oh, that is a very fabulous beard.
Has he got it active?
The beard suits you, man. Beard really does suit you.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I touched it at all.
What, your facial? You haven't touched your face in that long?
No, I don't touch that. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Normally has a microphone in front of it. But now we can see it.
True.
Nice to see Ramsey's there on the old Fosters.
Ramsey, you right, man? It's good to see. See, this is the cool thing. We get to put faces to the voices now. It's awesome.
This is first.
I don't know about you, but Steve-O's breaking up for me. But
yeah, you're proper lagging, Steve-O.
Yeah, Steve-O's lagging. He needs to sort out that cable, but
he's low on megabytes.
He's low on megabytes at the moment. We need to put another 50p in the meter. But in terms of block, what's your thoughts on Davy P's attitude on bench boosting? Or, you know, people that are bench boosting are basically wasting a chip. What's your thoughts on that? Block?
Cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, that's you. That's you. You're back. You're back.
Yeah, you're back. You're fine. Block, what's your thoughts on Davy P saying that people bench boosting like myself are wasting a chip?
Oh, I didn't know he said that. No, if I had my bench boost, I'd probably use it just because limited transfers and you get the chance to set up a perfect bench boost. So, no, I don't think it's a waste. I mean, I guess his point is the fact that we don't really know what's going to happen because it's like a restart, which I get that, but I still think we know enough, like who's most likely to play 90 minutes and what teams are good, what teams are bad, and it's definitely not a waste.
That's nice. There we go. That's Davy P against everyone else, it seems, at the moment on that one. But we've we briefly had G Wiz. Wizzy, are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, we saw you for a sec, and then you just magically disappeared. But are you all excited for this game week, mate?
Can't wait, bruv. Can't wait.
I know it's been like the anticipations is brewing up now, and you may have been listening into the stream with people talking about their teams. Have you got a solid game plan, or are you going to keep the cards close to your chest, or are you going to let everyone know what you're doing?
I'm not bothered with people. If people are mad enough to copy me, then they need their head tested. But you know me. # play your own game. Amazingly, and by a stroke of luck, I was slow wildcarding during the lockdown, and then when it came to the fixtures being announced, I noticed that my team was better set up for game week 31 than actually game week 30, because it had the likes of De Bruyne, Trent, KDB, all whom I think have got better fixtures on game week 31. So I hit the free hit button and I've gone for it.
You're going to go for it. And what sort of players are you bringing in? Are you bringing in similar players to what you've seen already on the stream? Are you bringing in the likes of Grealish by any chance? You're going to be bringing Aubameyang in, Aguero, McGinn? These players you're looking at?
The three Sheffield United players I brought are the goalkeeper and 2 defenders. The 3 Man City players I brought in are Jesus, Mahrez, and obviously I already had KDB. Who else? Aston Villa, I've only bought Grealish in, and that's it, I think. Yeah.
All right, so you're bringing 1 Aston Villa player in then, despite being on a free hit.
Yeah, same. I love that Jesus pick.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone's going to captain Aguero, and he's just too much money for me, and I'm not really too sure on his minutes, as you know, with Pep and all that. So I thought in that price bracket, Aubameyang's got to be a safer bet, especially as I fancy him against Brighton. He's got to do something in that game, surely.
Jesus has got better stats per minute than Aguero too.
Oh, nice! I never knew that.
Well,
I think it'll just be a toss-up between Jesus and Aguero. To be honest,
It's
I think
definitely
they'll
gonna
share
be a
a game. They'll share time off the bench with each other. I think it'll just be luck with whoever outscores who. But I don't think a lot of people will go with Jesus. That's why I like that pick, to be honest.
He's got
there
the
he is.
history
There he
quite
is.
strongly. Well,
How you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah,
looking dapper, mate. Looking dapper.
Good.
But no, that Jesus pick, I think, is possibly genius in the sense that everyone's so blindsided with the likes of Aguero that Jesus is low ownership, and the potential possibly of outscoring Aguero and other City assets is there. It's just a little bit of a punt, in my opinion, but it's a punt that can really pay off, more so than my punt on McGinn, for example. Or my punt on Nketiah.
McGinn? Nketiah? They tell me what's the matter as well.
This is the matter, yeah.
Oh, my ears.
Do you know the other thing, Jason, that I've just noticed?
Yeah.
How many viewers are actually drinking and smoking in this community? I think we need to try and get a healthier community, as I'm sitting here with bottles of Stella in front of me and a 20 deck just 2 foot from me.
Instead of being down in the pub, we're just we're just on Discord. That's the thing here. But I will say that we've got Ramsey FPL in here as well. Ramsey, thank you for being here tonight. And
Welcome, Ramsey. Welcome.
How you doing, mate? You right?
Yeah, I'm brilliant. Just can't wait for it to start. Yeah.
Are you all set? Are you decided on your team, or are you still tinkering around?
Yeah. No. I think I'm decided. I've got it in the rate my team. I've went pretty maverick, I think, a little bit.
All
out
right.
there.
Okay. Let's bring it up on the screen then. Let's have a quick look at your team.
No. I don't want to hear the word maverick. I do not want to hear the word maverick. No one is going as maverick as me this weekend. I'm telling you.
Wait till you see my team.
When did you post it? When did you post it, Ramsey?
Not long ago, about five minutes ago.
In teams. Oh, did you post it in team screenshots, or did you post it somewhere else?
I posted it in Rate My Team.
Oh, it's always one, isn't there? I'm gonna have to go and find it now. Hang on.
Sorry.
That's all right.
But it's just good to see everyone's faces, though, and that we've all managed to stay healthy through what's been a bit of a nightmare 3 months. So to see the smiles on your Fire Togs, your Dreys, your Jameses, your Whizzes, your Blocks, your Ramseys, it's just good.
You can't see James with the
Community's
smoke.
back.
Hello?
Oh, here we go. Right, Steve-O, your camera's just getting smaller and smaller, but I can
hear Paulie speaking as well.
Paulie's there.
You can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you, Paulie. We can hear you, Paulie. We can hear you, mate.
We've had a technological breakthrough.
Well, my brother
Right,
came
we're
in
just-
and did the apparently microphone were on mute all the time.
Oh
I've been
God,
talking to myself for half an hour.
Paulie, that's amateurish. Come on, dude, you can do better than that. But we've got Ramsey's team up on the screen now. We're just going to talk about this Harry Kane pick. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Nope. I'm not feeling it. Nope.
Not a fan. Sorry, Jay. Sorry, Ramsey. Not
What's
a
your
fan.
thoughts on Harry Kane? Why Harry Kane?
The fixtures are great, and he likes to score goals normally. So why not give it a go?
How many goals did he score this season?
He has been injured though, mate. Come on.
He's been injured.
I don't
look
think
at
it's
his
the
record.
I don't think it's the player himself. I think it's Jose Mourinho. Bloody hell. Can't be having a Jose Mourinho striker, to be honest.
I don't know. Just look
I
at
feel
his
like he's
record.
going to be playing
He does
CDM.
score goals.
Wait, is Kane a striker? I thought he played in the midfield.
Same. I thought he was a budget defender.
I mean, he's been playing in midfield all season, has he not?
It's certainly a differential, though.
I think he's going to do well.
Steve, I'm going to call you back on Skype, mate. Okay. There's an issue with Steve-O's
Think about it.
connection.
A lot of defences are coming back from a long break. I reckon Kane's going to start banging goals in when he's back.
You can tell FPL's returning when Steve-O's got internet problems.
Well, he's to be fair to him, he's not had any issues for ages. But then just the last couple of days, it's just been. The last couple of days, it's just been problems galore, really. But he's hopefully sorting it out soon.
Ramsey, I can kind of let you off with the Kane pick, right? I'll give you it wouldn't be my first pick, but I can see what you've done and why you've done it. But go and try and explain Ozil to me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's been listening to my old podcast.
He was playing well towards the end of the season almost, and he's got a double game week. There's no reason why he can't get an assist and a goal in those 2 games. Man City aren't exactly defensively strong, so why not?
Certainly punty.
It's punty, but it's just one of those picks. You never know what will happen. He could get a goal and assist in those 2 games.
So what? Have you any chips left, Ramsey?
Yeah, I've got the free hit. I've got bench boost. I'm playing the bench boost this week. I'm going to play the free hit in 32, and I'm going to play the triple captain on the last game week. That's my plan anyway.
Okay.
I want to avoid the Man City Liverpool game week in 32, and then I'll use players because I think that game will be quite tight.
Yeah.
Are you guys able to tell Steve-O to turn his camera on Discord, because I can't contact him on Skype? We'll try and get him on Discord instead to turn his camera on, because he can't hear me, by the way. He might be having issues. I think his internet's cutting off. So, are you able to hear from Steve-O at all?
Steve-O, are you in Discord now?
I think his internet's gone. Yeah, his internet's gone.
It's
No
gone.
worries. We'll get back into the group. Yeah, but Ramsey, I mean, that's some bold picks there, to be fair with you. I mean, the likes of, Ozil just blew my mind as well when Lama mentioned that. But are you confident that you're going to have the advantage to kind of go into the games afterwards, after this game week 30, double game week,
Yeah.
like from me, who's stacked up on Sheffield United, Aston Villa, and Arsenal and Man City players?
Yeah, well, I think I've got a good mix of the single game week players and the double game week players. I don't think this double game week's going to be all it's cracked up to be. I don't think that having a first starting 11 of all double game week players, I don't think that's actually going to benefit many people. To be honest, I just don't.
Is that because you think of the rotation risks and because of fatigue? Not fatigue. Sorry, that's not the right word. Lack of like rustiness. Or do you think that it's going to be a bit of both?
Yeah, a bit of both. And I don't. There's not that many teams in it, and I think you're just throwing all your eggs in one basket, really.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah. But I think it's the only double. It's going to be the only double game week, isn't it? Before now and the end of the season, which is probably the reason why I'm doing it.
You say that, but how many times have we all been disappointed with double game weeks in the past? And the single game week players have done really well.
Yeah.
But,
it could well be that.
I really do.
There's so many strategies that, and everybody's going to be playing different strategies.
You're starting to sound a little bit like Davey P. Ramsey.
Yeah, we need to change this up a little bit.
Have you two been hanging out too much? Yeah. It's a bit weird, this is. Wiz, that's music to my ears, Wiz, I think, hearing people saying that they're not going to be stacking up on double game week players, because I'm a bit of the opposite. I think that more for them, I'm going to be getting points that they're not going to be getting. Wiz, what do you think of that?
I think I'm in the Davy P camp.
Oh, get lost, Wiz. Right.
I don't know what.
You asked me the question, I gave you the answer, right? Now, I've got 3 hits. I haven't gone for 11 free hitters because I still want Salah, and who else was the other one? Jimenez. Means if you want to go all out on 11 double gamers, then go for it. But nah, not for me.
Completely agree.
It's going to be interesting. And I take it you guys are all going to be taking part in James's mini league, right?
Once I know how to get into it anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, so the mods will have the code to give out to people in Discord. That's literally it. There will be a channel created. I'll create it tonight. I'll create a channel for it to apply. And then James can look forward to seeing the league filling up with potential winners.
Created.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's created already.
Yeah. I've created the channel already, so everyone can go in there to obviously see it. And then, as you say, we'll obviously tic-tac with James, I think, and then dish out that code as you mentioned, Jace.
Got you. Someone was in the waiting room then, just to let you know that I will be dragging people in if they want to come in and join us on the discussion. So what's your...
we discussed captains?
Right, okay, that's a very good point. I've gone Aguero. Gee whiz.
I've gone Henderson.
I think he's talking nonsense. He ain't gonna go Henderson.
To be fair, like, has anyone thought about captaining before?
Are we talking to show me the money all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's a bit of a bold pick. Why? Come on then, Wiz. What's the logic in picking Henderson? Come on.
You really want me to explain it? Is it not clear as day that they're going to keep at least one clean sheet, which is 6 points guaranteed? Double that up, that's 12 points. I would be quite happy to walk away with 12 points.
Plus the 4 from the other game. So, yeah, maybe 16 points possibly out of it.
Maybe 16, maybe who knows. But I'll be happy with that clean sheet coming in.
But the point that the total ceiling is limited, isn't it? Whereas if you had like a striker, you've got the potential of explosive returns.
But that's all you've got is the potential. You've also got the potential of them being hauled off.
Well, you've also got the potential of Henderson conceding a really dodgy goal.
Wouldn't you rather have somebody like Baldock?
Not conceding another goal, isn't he?
And if they get pulled up, they have a chance to start in the next game.
To be fair, I wouldn't even be surprised.
all people in my double game week team, I would say Henderson is the most nailed on for 180 minutes. I can't say the same about Jesus. I can't say the same about Aubameyang. I can't say the same about De Bruyne, Mahrez. I can't say the same about any other player. But him, I can see 180 minutes guaranteed.
But he got. Are you prepared for 4 points?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you prepared for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely wouldn't even be surprised though if the Sheffield players were actually like the highest scorers like this double game week, just because of the amount of rotation that can happen like with the other teams. I think Sheffield they've not got a deep squad to rotate, so players like Fleck, Egan, Baldock, Stevens, Henderson, they're gonna play both games almost guaranteed.
Block. What's your captain choice for this game week 30?
My captain's Aguero.
And that's why
but...
my captain's going to be one of those. I've got Jesus. I don't captaincy.
We've got these interesting picks. That's why I'm surprised you go with Henderson. But I mean, fair enough. I mean, you could just be playing mind games with me, Wiz. But you know, fair enough. I respect it if you're going to do it.
He's playing his own game.
Hashtag play his own game.
I would give you a what do you call it? A screenshot of my team, but
yeah, but
I'm on.
But you might. Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure.
Well, anyone here think that anyone here going with a defensive captain this game week as opposed to an offensive?
No.
No. Where's the fun in that?
No, I think.
Like I said, it's just a potential, really. It's just a potential of a massive Aguero haul or a massive De Bruyne haul or a massive differential haul. That's why I don't like captain defenders in the first place.
So you're playing FPL with fear then?
Well, it's not fear, is it? I think it's fear going with a defender because obviously you're trying to play for a guaranteed clean sheet. You're not asking for a hat trick.
Yeah, you were scared of Aguero hauling or KDB. Sorry,
I didn't say scared. I said it's the potential of them hauling. That's why you captain him. That's what I meant.
Block. What do you have to say about that?
I would certainly go with somebody like Baldock or Stevens over Henderson just because they have attacking potential as well. And they're pretty nailed on as well. I mean, I do have a triple up with Sheffield United defense for my free hit. And I do think, like you said, they're like really nailed on. So, and they're likely not going to be in a rotation. I think they're good options, but I wouldn't captain them because Aguero's got such a high upside. And it's not really being afraid of not captaining. It's just the fact that I think he's going to score the most points, so I'm captaining him. That's how we play FPL. I feel like a lot of us here are maybe too influenced by the idea of having a glory differential instead of just picking who we think is going to score the most points and moving on.
Firetog, what's your captain going to be?
At the moment, I've got it on De Bruyne. I put my team in the in Discord if you want to have a look at it later on. But yeah, De Bruyne for me because I don't have Aguero, I don't have Aubameyang. So my biggest big gun for the double game week is De Bruyne. So it seems the obvious choice for me.
So I'm just double checking with Steve if he's still doing the virtual FPL stream because obviously his internet's playing up at the moment. So sorry. Can you go ahead? Repeat what you said.
Me, De Bruyne for me.
De Bruyne. Yeah, solid pick. Solid pick. Who else have we got in here? We've got Paulie hasn't said much. Paulie.
Sorry. Can I just ask? How many points are you expecting De Bruyne to get you?
The average is about 5, doesn't he? So 10 doubled.
20 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, but Man City also had the possibility of like winning one of those games 5-0, and all of a sudden, you know, even if Aguero
even if he gets benched, even if he gets benched the next game, he's already done the damage, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
last time City played Arsenal, De Bruyne literally got 19 points. Like, could you imagine?
Yeah, and he could have got more.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
More.
Could you imagine captaining him for that and having another double, like a game on top of that?
Yeah, but that was a fit and firing Manchester City that had played quite a few games of the season that were.
Well,
on
we don't know how
form,
anyone's
that
going
were
to return, do we?
That had match sharpness. And I'm pretty sure it was also an Arsenal team that didn't have Arteta in charge. I think that was when they were like in between managers. Just sacked. I forget what
Hasn't Arsenal's Arteta's been unbeaten throughout 2020 though? I'm pretty
Yeah, but they've
Premier
had like
League.
10
in the league, I think.
Yeah, how many draws was that?
They've had loads.
There's like 8, I think, 7, 6.
Yeah, it's been
Quite a few.
pretty fairly low scoring, isn't it?
Yeah, they got slapped up in the Europa League as well, though, so they're not unbeaten.
Evening, gents. I'd love to join James's mini league. This is Jim Perry in chat. He says lots of references to Discord, but I've never used it. It's fair to say I'm a lot older than the general demographic here, so be gentle with me. Jim, Discord is pretty simple once you load it up. Just give me a message on Twitter if you have any issues, mate, trying to get into Discord. But it's generally just speaking, it's just a link that you click, it opens it up, create an account, email and password, and then boom, you're in. All you need to do is type in a command in the welcome screen. That's it.
And I'm 41, so
Jimmy's not as old as me.
Yeah, well, so I'm sitting here in my 40s, and I'm in Discord, not an issue. Wiz is there in his 40s, using Discord, no issue. 50s.
50s. And I just downloaded it on my iPad in like 2 minutes. So
you'll be fine, Jim.
You'll be fine, dude. You'll be fine.
But not as we know it.
Listen, there's going to be a virtual FPL stream at some. I think I'm waiting to hear back from Steve-O because I don't know what's going on. But we will be doing more of these kind of community-based streams, especially during the games and previewing, reviewing the events of Gameweek 30. It's going to be a lot of fun, just getting people's reactions, basically. And if we can get videos of it as well, it's even better, isn't it? But I'd love to keep the stream going, really. But I don't know what Steve-O's plans are with the virtual FPL. And yeah, have we got any? Have we not? Is there anything we haven't covered that you'd like to bring up,
want to
guys?
just chat about the ECL quickly?
Yeah. So Firetog, do you want to go ahead and just explain what's the? I
think we need to do another stream just to bring people up to speed on where all the groups were and where we were on qualifying and who was out and who was still in contention.
Llama Lounge.
Yeah, Llama Lounge, exactly. But just for those that don't know, we've basically reduced it was when you get through to the round of 36, round of 16, round of 8, there were double game weeks or double weeks, double matches, 2 matches per knockout, which would have taken us through to game week 38. But because of the uncertainty of the league finishing, what we've done is we've reduced all of those down to 1. So the final game week will be game week 35 now. But yeah, we're back on as of this week. So the final group game will be this game week 30.
Interesting.
Yeah, what we'll try and do is we'll try and set up a Llama Lounge probably Tuesday. Am I right in saying the first game's Wednesday night?
That'd be brilliant if you could, dude. I'll be right all over that.
If you can do it Monday, Llama, I'm actually on vacation Monday, so I can come in with your times. Because obviously I'm 4 hours behind you guys. So.
Ah, cool. Yeah, no, I'm actually back to work on Wednesday anyway, so I've got Monday, Tuesday off. So yeah,
okay,
I'm sure we'll be able to tie up and we'll get a stream going on Monday night then.
Yep.
And just bring everyone up to speed on what's happening in the Champions League, the Elite Champions League. I'm the same, Jason. I'm going to need to scoot because I've actually got a family Zoom call at 7. But if everyone can just give me a wave on their videos and blow me a big kiss, and I'll say cheerio.
Thank you for being with us, Llama. And I want to say a massive hello to Crazy Jack. I know we're closing up, getting to the end of the stream now, but Crazy Jack, how you doing, buddy? You right?
Yeah, I'm good. Hello.
Yeah, it's been a while, mate. We've been a while since we last spoke about Lacazette.
Yeah, I've got him in as well.
I literally knew as soon as I came in, that'll come up.
And Charlie's brought in Lacazette. What's your thoughts on that?
Triple captain.
Triple captain. Are you going to triple captain him, are you?
Nah. Nah.
Oh.
I've kind of gone off that. Yeah.
You've gone off of it.
I mean, it's just so uncertain what's going to happen. Like, I don't know what's happening. I've posted my team if you want to see it, but I think Aubameyang is just the safer choice. But I am going all in on the bench boost. It's all or nothing. You go big or you go home.
You're going all in on the bench boost, much like me then, to be fair.
I do have my wild card though, and I already have I already know who I'm going to bring in for the wild card. So,
okay,
yeah.
let's have a look at this. This is your team. It's a big screenshot.
Yeah, because I haven't just locked it in case there's like a last minute injury.
So Leno, Henderson, Walker, Van Dijk, Lundstrom, Egan, Bowley, Sterling, Mane. So you're keeping hold of Mane, De Bruyne, McGinn, Douglas Luiz. Basically, you're saving money with bringing in cheap fodder like Douglas Luiz, who is, well, is he going to get minutes?
He's been playing a lot for Aston Villa.
It's McGinn's back now, isn't he?
Mate, he scored goals. You know, he's done alright for a double as well.
Okay, so you're balancing your money out with Sterling and Mane with McGinn and Nketiah as well. I've brought in as well.
It's more for the remaining games after. Like after this, I'm bringing in like Son. I'm bringing in
Who are you going to take out for Son? Is that Sterling?
Oh well, I might as well just show you, it might be a bit easier. Like that's the plan after.
Are you wildcarding out of this, or just transferring out of it?
Yeah. So wildcard, I already have an idea who I'm going to bring in. It's going to be like
this is your team after then, is it?
Yes. The one I just linked will be for 31 plus. So it's like.
So Sterling out, Son in, and presumably it's going to be. So, whoa, okay, you're bringing a few changes, aren't you?
Yeah,
bringing in
so,
the likes of Wan-Bissaka in. You're getting rid of.
Yeah, so it'll be like.
Yeah, run me through it.
So all the Sheffields be out, all the Man Cities except for De Bruyne, Aston Villa can piss off. So it's literally bringing in Tottenham, Man United, and yeah, and then go for 4-4-2. Then once Aubameyang's two good games are gone, I'd probably bring in Rashford and maybe bring back in Man City players because then their fixtures are good for the remaining games.
Okay, so you're trying to get best of both worlds then, aren't you, really? You're trying to get the maximum points you can get for this double game week, like you said, and then set yourself up for the run-in, which is, yeah, I can see that's a pretty strong team. What's your thoughts, guys, on that?
Are you captaining Lacazette?
I rate that, to be honest.
No, I haven't brought Lacazette. If Lacazette...
No, he's got Aubameyang in now.
I'll switch Aubameyang. I'll switch him for Aubameyang. But, yeah, like this is the best time for bench boosts I see. Like you've got the unlimited, just go for it. I've got the wild cards and Spurs, Wolves. I don't want to get rid of Jimenez because I've got too much money. If I take him out, then I'm gonna have no one. I won't be able to bring him back in. Same with Mane. I am losing Trent, but I think once they win the title, he's gonna get rotated a bit more. And I think Van Dijk is probably the most safe.
Anything else to play for though, so why would they rotate him? I mean, they're not in the Champions League, they're not in the FA Cup, so basically it's just a.
Yeah, but
will they play for the kids though, just in the run-in, or they go for it?
Yeah, but like, because there's not much change between the end of the season and the start of the season. So if he gets injured for like 3 months, then why would you do it for this bit when you won the league?
Maybe.
When
integrity of people of the league, maybe, I don't know, or maybe they just go on they want to put on a show to finish.
Yeah, but and then true. But then at that point, people are saying about defenses might be weak. Spend more money in attack, for teams that have something to play for. But the biggest thing is I don't know why people are ignoring Lundstrom, because if Lundstrom plays, everyone's going to.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Well, you say that about Man City players. Yeah, you got to spend so much money. If Lundstrom plays, he is easily the best player for Sheffield.
And then if he doesn't play,
yeah, but you say that with Aguero and stuff. If he doesn't play, then it doesn't matter.
I think you could look at it that way, but I look at it in the fact that we've seen what Aguero can do in sub 60 minutes of playtime, and coming on for second half. We are understanding. We respect that, and I think if it wasn't for the fact it was a double game week, people wouldn't be looking at Aguero. But I mean, Lundstrom, I don't know. I think
he's doing well in the training games right now. He scored 2 goals in the last one, and he's starting.
I think because obviously he's labelled as a defender. Like if you're looking at a Sheffield defender, you're not really after the attacking returns. Like Villa and Newcastle, you're looking more for defensive clean sheets and things like that. Like I wouldn't really want a maybe not so nailed on Sheffield defender when I can have an Egan and a Baldock, let's say, that will get the clean sheet point. We'll get the clean sheet points, whereas Lundstram won't if he comes on in the 60th minute.
Okay. But similar to let's say like Aguero, if he plays I get what you mean, but like that could still happen with Baldock and stuff. Like he might play a full game and get minutes in a second.
Yeah, but they don't really have backup for those positions though. They've got the most depth is in striker and midfield really for Sheffield. I think they're going to rotate a lot in those areas. It's a gamble really, isn't it? It's a gamble with a lot of players. But I think
central defenders rarely get rotated in short weeks.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
One thing I do want to mention though is, especially with the Sheffield United situation, we may get team news before the game week sort of starts.
Yeah.
So I've made provision that if Lundstram is starting, then I can just do a quick swap.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
I can't see it myself. I think he might get minutes in both of the game, but I can't see him starting any because of that Sanderberg geezer.
Yeah.
I've got a question if you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you. Paulie, go on.
Has anyone been paying attention to the recent friendlies in regards to picking the team?
No, I don't think it's.
No.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good indication of. Possibly it's a good indication of fitness, but anything else I wouldn't really rely on it for useful information in terms of scorers and stuff like that, because these are just general kickabouts, aren't they?
Because, in Sheffield United's game, John Lundstram actually scored 2 and got an assist in last game. So I just wondered if people were back of that, that's all.
Yeah, I think you can read into these kind of friendlies in inverted commas quite a bit and possibly get burnt, but yeah, I see the logic in considering Lundstram, but I think it's maybe a bit last minute decision. I think for G.
Being swayed on Nketiah based on his friendly on that hat trick. That's been my reason for bringing him in. So from the same perspective, Lundstram scored 2. Then
he was doing right before the season finished, didn't he? He was kind of keeping Lacazette out.
I think he played 3 games, didn't he? He played 3 games on the trot. Yeah.
So I mean,
also one of the friendlies.
Thank you, Dre Zerif. That's that unnecessary super chat. Had to jump out of the stream, guys. Thanks for having me. Thank you for being with us. I just want to say quickly, because we are running out of time now. We've got Semi-Sweet Potatoes joined us. Are you by a different name by any chance in the YouTube?
I'm BMC. I'm BNMC.
BNMC. Hey.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, this is my first time on an Elite FPL call.
Wow. So BNMC, you've been in the channel for quite a bit, because I'm quite used to reading your name out. So you are relatively new to Discord, or have you been around for a while in Discord?
No, I've been on Discord for a while, but like in terms of FPL, this is only my 2nd season playing.
Okay, and how are you doing at the moment?
Currently my main FPL is 511,000, so there is some ground to make up, but I am looking forward to getting straight back in and building that up.
Okay.
Welcome, man. Welcome to the call-ins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so easy. And how easy is it to jump into a call-in? It's like literally just straight into the waiting room and get dragged in, and then you're live on air. But I mean, we've got someone in chat saying having issues. Can't find where to agree to your terms on Discord. Please help. So basically, at the end, Clacko of the rules, just type in ! agree and then press enter, or ? agree and then enter, and that'll get you into the server. That's essentially all you need to do. So BNMC, you may or may not have heard everyone's kind of thought process going into this double game week. Who is your captain? Because we're running out of time, and why?
So right now I've stuck it on Aguero just because of how much I'll need to be chasing, and we know how much he can do. The one thing I've noticed with him is he's actually 3 goals behind Vardy, in the Golden Boot chart, so maybe he'll want to, because maybe just get one more Golden Boot before he leaves City. This could be a chance.
That's not a bad point. I mean, what do you think of G Wizzy going with Henderson as captain? Do you take that seriously? Do you think he might be possibly kind of throw us a curveball there?
No, that's a great idea. If you're confident that he can get 2 clean sheets, pick up some saves, and the odd bonus points.
I'm not confident of 2, but I'd say an 80% chance of 1, and that's good enough for me. That's bank.
And then he'll definitely get saves in the other one as well.
I'm detecting an accent with you, Semi-Sweet Potato. Are you on the same side of the Atlantic as Block?
No, actually. I'm a bit further east from you guys.
I'm a bit far off then. So whereabouts are you?
I'm based in Dubai. It's currently 10 p.m.
Oh wow, okay. I would never have guessed.
You've not detected that accent very well.
I have not detected. I'm getting as bad as Steve-O at detecting accents. I really am.
Ragaboli, if you want me to.
Needs to bolster his detectoring skills.
Guys, we will need to get you guys on again. We're going to probably draw the stream down to a close now, but thank you for being with us tonight and trying out this whole new technology, because I've never, up until recently, I didn't even know you could do video on Discord, so it's kind of amazing, and to see you guys activating your videos, and feel free to turn your videos on so we can see your lovely faces, but I understand that not everyone wants to do that. So when we have call-ins in future, it could be on a whole different level. But here we go. Who's activating his camera? G Wiz is again showing him. G Wiz, man. It's been too long, man. It's been too long since we last spoke. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, mate. Talking about your Henderson captain. I'm telling you now, come the weekend.
I can't wait to see if he sticks with
Sounds confident.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if it pays off. Honestly.
I think me and G Wiz need to have a £5 bet on this. That my Aguero captain's going to outscore his Henderson captain.
That's a bit. What odds is he getting on that?
Hey Wiz, someone in chat says you don't have in your team.
I don't think you quite understand the strategy. I'm not saying that Henderson is going to outscore the likes of Aguero or De Bruyne. What I'm saying is he's definitely going to be nailed on for a minimum of 12 points. I can't say the same about any other player.
So you're just going for safety?
It's safety.
Is that what it is?
Gee whiz, you didn't strike me as someone that plays safe.
Higher floor, lower ceiling.
Could you imagine a penalty save, 3 bonus, 2 clean sheets?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be dragging him into the on-air channel if that happens. I would be leaving him in the waiting room. guys, thank you. I'm going to have to end the stream here, but it's been a pleasure speaking to all of you. Being MC, thank you for coming on. Although it's been brief, hopefully we'll chat again very soon. Ramsey Sinclair, it is Ramsey Sinclair, isn't it? Ramsey FPL, is that right? Yeah. Fire Talk, it's great to see your beautiful scenery. Davey P, thank you. Lewis Kirkby, Crazy Jack, nice to have you back, and it's nice to see you've moved on from Lacazette. And also Charlie, it's nice to see you doing. Nice to see that you're doing well and good. Paulie and everyone else that's joined us in the chat. I know we haven't got through most of the questions, but to be honest with you, when you got this many people in Discord talking, it's all about the community. It's all about talking about what they're doing, and we'll get through the questions in the next stream. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Cheers,
guys. Thank you. Bye. Cheers. Well, guys, all I can say is Virtual FPL is now live, and I am not going to be doing anything to do with it. I've got to go now, but you guys have been awesome. Thank you for the viewers tonight. We've had quite a lot of people watching the stream. It's been a lot of support for us. I will also be, in fact, let's draw another mug. 2 seconds. Let's get another drug. Right, where are we? Let's draw another mug out to you guys who've been here for all the time. You guys ready? fact, I'm not going to spin the wheel. If anyone can name the 3 Sheffield United players that I've got in my team correct, then you get a mug. The first person to name the 3 Sheffield United players I've got in my team will get a mug. There we go. That way it'll be someone that's in the chat right now. Go. Who's going to get it first? Oh, close. Yo, Matthew, you've got it. Baldock, Stevens, and Henderson. Well done, Matthew. Oh, look, Matthew. I will go ahead and contact me on Twitter, mate. Tweet me if you're unable to message me. Tweet me on Twitter, and I'll get you a mug out. Okay, dude. We'll be giving some more mugs out in the future. Have a good one, guys. All the best, and congratulations to everyone that's won stuff tonight. See you. When am I going to see you? Possibly tomorrow. Cheers, guys.